What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another 2021 college football prediction. Sorry that I haven't been having any videos go out lately. I've just been going through a lot of personal things and new job, so it was kind of hard. But now I'm starting to schedule around that. Well, not schedule around it, but yeah, I figured out times that I can start doing these again. So I'm gonna start releasing videos, 3 videos, hopefully 3 videos every day, if not 2 for sure. But yeah, so let's keep the ball rolling. We can't stop. Cannot stop. So today we'll be doing Nebraska. Nebraska I have as the 10th most talented team in the Big Ten and 8th in returning production in the Big Ten. The last 3 years, Scott Frost, Nebraska's gone 4-8, 5-7, 3-5. And to be honest with you, I don't see it getting any better. I mean, there's nothing that proves that Nebraska's gonna be good. Maybe Adrian Martinez finally has a good season, but he doesn't seem to want to take that next step. And Nebraska, though they hit the transfer portal decent this past season, they also have lost a lot to the transfer portal the past 2 years. And I don't think they recruit good enough to balance that back out, I guess. So anyways, here we go. Nebraska starts the season off at Illinois, home against Fordham, home against Buffalo. Then they go to Oklahoma, to Michigan State, home against Northwestern, home against Michigan, at Minnesota, home against Purdue, home against Ohio State, at Wisconsin, and home against Iowa. So for the Illinois game, I actually have you going on the road and winning this. I see Illinois being a lot better than people think this year, but I just think first game jitters for Illinois. The other games at home in Illinois, I just think new coaching regime, first game jitters. I think Scott Frost can walk in there and win, and I think it'll be like a 17-14 kind of game. I don't see this being some Nebraska blowout. Like I said, I'm really high. I'm not really high in Illinois, but higher than what everyone else expects them to do. So that's a win. Then you're home against Fordham. You should be able to win that game. Home against Buffalo. That's a tough MAC school. They lost their good coach. They hired Mo Linguist. But I still think you should be able to win that game. It's still a MAC school. You're still at home in Nebraska. That should be easy win. You start the season off 3-0, and everybody's on the Nebraska train, and Scott Frost is looking like a top 10 coach. Then you go on the road to Oklahoma. You're losing that game. I just don't see any way possible of winning that game. Oklahoma is very talented, hard place to win at. Let's see, more returning production coming back for Oklahoma. I just see no chances in Nebraska competing in this game. I just can't see it. There's no proof to me that Nebraska's gonna be able to do anything in this game. So that's a loss. On the road at Michigan State, I also have you losing this game also. I think it's just kind of that road factor of after getting blown out by Oklahoma, you kind of bounce back, but it's not good enough to win, but you play better the next week. You and Michigan State are pretty close in talent-wise, just because Sparty really hit the transfer portal. And it depends on who Michigan State's quarterback is. If it's Rousseau, or I think that's his last name, I think he's better than Martinez, I think. I mean, I know he only played at Temple, but Martinez literally hasn't shown anything to get Nebraska going. And so I think after the demolishing loss at Oklahoma, you're still kind of butthurt, but you play better, but you come up just short against Michigan State on the road. Now Nebraska's 3-2. You got home against Northwestern. I think you can win this game. Northwestern lost a lot after last year, and I don't necessarily see them going like 3-9 like they did a couple years ago after going to the Big Ten championship, but I can see them kind of going like 5-7, 6-6. And Nebraska's just a hard place to win, especially when you don't have enough talent to compete. And I have you win this game. Next is home against Michigan. I also have you losing this game. I think the main reason was that I think Michigan's kind of on a mission this year, and Harbaugh's coaching for his life. He knows he needs to go on the road and win some big games. I'm not saying this will be a big game or anything, But Michigan is also way more talented, has more returning production coming back. And though the quarterback situation at Michigan is blah, basically, I still think it's better than anything that Nebraska's got going for them right now. I just think talent wins this game for Michigan, and I don't see it being a blowout win for Michigan. I think it's a tough road win. But who knows? Maybe Nebraska can pull this one off, but talent-wise, I just don't see it, and I think Harbaugh goes in and beats Scott Frost. Next is on the road at Minnesota. I also have you losing this game. Minnesota's got a lot coming back, even though they didn't have a really good season during COVID. But I mean, it's COVID, so I don't know how to really judge a season based off of every team having different situations. And Minnesota's got Tanner Morgan coming back for like his 6th year. I just think with this game being at Minnesota, it'll probably be a night game. PJ Fleck, I think, is a better coach. His talent's pretty similar. I think the veteranship of Tanner Morgan's going to win this game. Next is home against Purdue. I think you can sneak a win here at home. Talent's very similar. Purdue's got more coming back, but Purdue isn't proving anything to be anything special, like coming back off of a 2-4 season. Jeff Brom, I don't think he's going to last. I think he might get fired after this season. Well, I'm not saying he might get fired. I'm just saying it's not looking good for him. And maybe he does coach his butt off and get Purdue going again, but I just think that with this game being at Nebraska, I just don't see Jeff Brom walking in there and winning. Next is home against Ohio State. As before in the Ohio State video, I have you losing this game. Ohio State's Ohio State. I mean, yeah, they can lose whoever, but they have enough talent to be just as good again. So I just don't see anything changing. Maybe you can pull off an amazing upset. Maybe this is the one game, kind of like in 2018 where Ohio State went to Purdue. But at this point, right now, I do not see that happening. Next is on the road at Wisconsin. Another loss. I think Wisconsin's more talented, and they got a lot coming back. And Graham Mertz I think he's going to tear it up this year. And the fact that this game's in Wisconsin, I can see Wisconsin blowing Nebraska out this year. Camp Randall's going to be bumping. There's just nothing that's showing me that Nebraska has a chance in this game. Next is the final game against Iowa at home. I have you losing this game also. I think it comes down to the fact that Nebraska or Scott Frost hasn't beaten Iowa yet. I have Nebraska being more talented than Iowa, but I just think the coaching of Iowa is going to win this game, and it's going to be like a 21-17 kind of game. But who knows? Maybe Nebraska's offense gets their shit rolling, and maybe they start dropping 30 points, 40 points a game, and I'm just totally off on them this year. But statistically, nothing has shown me that they're going to be anything good, and for like the 18th straight year in a row, Nebraska's going to have at least 4 losses in a season. And so that brings you to a total of 5-7 and 3-6 in the Big Ten. I could see Nebraska going like 2-10. There's just nothing that shows that they're going to be any good. I just don't see anything. I mean, maybe you can get an upset win over Michigan and Michigan State. I just don't see you beating Minnesota, Ohio State, Wisconsin, or Iowa. No way in hell you're beating Oklahoma either. So maybe you can get to 7-5, maybe, but that's if you win the first game on the road at Illinois and then upset Michigan and then go, play Michigan State on the road. It's a tough schedule, especially for a team that's lost a lot to the transfer portal and hasn't been able to recruit to recover from that. But anyways, Nebraska 5-7, 3-6 in the Big Ten. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and share the video. Thank you.